Hello, Pornima. Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, sir, I'm fine. What about you, sir?
Yes, I'm also good. Pornima, please tell me about yourself.
Yes, sir. First of all, thanks to giving me this opportunity to introducing myself. My name is Pornima Tarde and I am from Aurangabad. I completed Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science stream and currently I'm working in advanced solution from past 2 years. And I have experience of 1.5 year as a UI developer, and from past 6 months I'm working as an Angular developer. That's all about me, sir.
From last 6 months, you are working on Angular, right?
Yes, sir.
So, which version of Angular do you have used?
I used Angular 10.
So, you just work for 6 months on Angular and you are switching your current job.
Yes, sir. Just from past our project getting completed and get deployed, and we are just working on just bugs. So as I am new and I am eager to learn the new things in Angular, so that's why I'm switching my current organization.
So currently you don't have any project. And from last how many months you are working on the same?
So from last 1 month, I'm working on just bug fixing.
So overall, you have 5 months of experience.
Yes, sir.
Development in Angular.
Yes, sir.
So how much you rate yourself in JavaScript out of 5?
In JavaScript, in all, sir.
In JavaScript and in Angular.
Okay. In JavaScript, I will be rate myself as a 4, and in Angular, I will rate myself as a 3.8. Because I know I'm not perfect, so there is always scope to learn new things.
Okay. So 3.8 out of 5.
Yes.
For 5 months of Angular, I think it is also a little bit more.
Okay.
That's okay. You have confidence, great confidence. That's very good. So JavaScript is synchronous or asynchronous?
Basically, JavaScript is a synchronous.
Okay.
So means the code executed by one after another. So it is synchronous basically.
And then what is asynchronous? What is meant by asynchronous JavaScript?
Asynchronous JavaScript means any one function is not depending upon or waiting to execute the previous function. For that we use promises, callback functions, or async await.
What is callback function?
Yes, callback function which send to another function as a parameter or argument. That function is called as callback function.
Okay, you just tell me that to handle asynchronous JavaScript, we use callback function.
Yeah.
Can we explain this in brief?
Okay. Means we can send another function as a parameter or argument for the execution. And in that we use set timeout for the giving giving the time period to execution. Just we don't have suppose API, so we give just simple example as a set timeout.
We don't use actually set timeout. To make asynchronous JavaScript for demo purpose, we use set timeout, right?
Okay.
The proper example is when we call a API, we have to wait for a API to get a data. And till the time we have to stop the templating function.
Okay.
Right. That's why we pass templating function as a callback in the function which call it.
Function which call it. Yes.
The proper solution, proper example of callback function for asynchronous JavaScript.
Okay. So we have to give the example like a API call instead of set timeout. This is.
Yes. So you tell me that we have callback, but we also use promises to handle asynchronous. Why we use promises if we have callback function?
Yes. In callback function, if there is a nested callback happen, means callback inside the callback. At that time, it is hard to handle that code. and it is not that much readable. So we use promises at that time. In promises, we are having the four steps like fulfill, reject, settle, and pending. Means in that the promise is in suppose promise is in fulfill state, we get the result as a value. And when the promise is in pending state, we get the result as a undefined. And when the promise is in rejected state, we get a result as a error. So, and it is better handled to asynchronous operation and better for the code readability. That's why we use the promises instead of callback function.
So I got why we should use promise, right? But you told me we also have async await. If promises are good, then why we should use async await?
Yeah, in promises, if for consuming the data, if we have multiple consumption of data, at that time we have to write the dot then for multiple time. But in async await, it is a simple way to write the or to catch that error or the result by using a try catch block.
Okay, so you are saying that if we have promise chain, right?
Yes.
In that case, we can use async await.
Async await.
The code will be more readable in that format.
Yes.
Right. What is async await then?
Async means it return a promise, and await means it wait for that promises consumer means promises that get resolved or reject.
Async await is a syntactical sugarcoating of promises.
Yes.
What is difference between promise all and promise less?
Okay. In promise all the promises are executed parallelly, and in promise rest, the promises which are having the less execution, less time execution, that promise get executed first, and other promises are get failed to resolve that. Means only one promise get executed in promise rest. In promise all the promises are get executed parallelly.
Okay, very good. JavaScript is single-threaded, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can we use JavaScript as a multi-threaded language? Is there any possible way?
Single threaded means at a time only single task is get performed.
They execute one task at a time, right?
Yes.
But when we work on heavy application, basically the applications which are created by Angular are very heavy, right?
Yes.
So single-threaded it degrades the performance of application, right? So somehow if we perform JavaScript as a multi-threaded language, it will definitely improve the performance. Is there any possible way to make JavaScript as a multi-threaded?
So I think so, it is possible.
How? Oh, have you listened to web worker person?
Just I heard about that.
You can search after the interview, right?
Yes, sir.
You must know about the web workers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the modules in JavaScript?
Basically, modules means you separate out the code or separate out the functionality. I know that much only.
What is web storage?
Web storage is API given by the HTML5 for the storing the data. In that we are having two types, local storage and session storage. In local storage, we can store the data. That data will be forever there, and we have to remove that data manually. But in session storage, the data is available for the particular session, and that get removed after the session closed.
Oh, so before web storage, what the developer does to store the data?
Before the web storage, we are having cookies.
What is difference? What are the main difference between cookies and web storages?
In cookies means it's having a little less storage space than web storages.
Okay. Apart from this,
I know about that much. Sir.
Okay. Cookies can store on both server side and client side, whereas the web storages can be stored only on
servers. Sorry, yeah, client side.
Then SSL is supported. Cookies are supported by SSL, whereas web storages are not supported.
Yeah.
What are the methods available on web storages?
Methods. Set item and get items.
Okay. Set item, get item. Correct. Very good. And okay, so okay, to remove item from local storage, we have some method, or to clear a local storage address, we also have.
Yeah, clear method also.
Yes. What is difference between slice and splice?
Okay. In slice, it accepts the two parameters, and in splice, it accepts the three parameters. Slice is used for the getting some part of that particular string or particular string, and in splice, we can add or remove the data from an array. The three parameter is like that. First parameter from where we have to add or remove that particular element, and second parameter is how many elements we have to remove, and third parameter is what element we have added.
Oh, very good. What is the purpose of race method in prompts?
Purpose of race method?
Yes.
Means it is used for the for finding the which API call means get executed first.
Okay. What is difference between null and undefined?
Null means both are the false values, but if we declare the variable and we call it at a time, it returns an undefined. But in case of null,
actually null is a assigned value, which indicates that variable we have declared a variable and assigned value. Undefined means we have declared variable, but no value is assigned to it, right?
Okay.
Then type of null is object and type of undefined is undefined. Null indicates the absence of value for variable, and undefined indicates absence of variable itself. These are the key difference between null and undefined. So, can you write a function to find prime numbers in between 1 to 50?
In between 1 to 50 prime numbers?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So is my screen visible?
No.
now, sir?
Yes, right.
So 1 to 10, no?
Yes, one. Okay, that's okay. You can check it later.
Okay.
So what is asynchronous function? Sorry, what is anonymous function?
The function which is not having any name.
Can you give me any use case of anonymous function?
Means we can store, we can declare one variable in that we assign that function.
Use case means where we can use anonymous function, like callback function for event listener, or in set timeout, set interval, we can use anonymous function as a callback function. What is difference between set timeout and set interval?
Set timeout is executed only once after that time, and set interval continuously executed for that particular time period. For after that particular time, it continuously executed. For the stopping that execution, we use clear interval.
What is prevent default and stop propagation?
Prevent default. Prevent default basically used for the refreshing the particular page. And then I'm not aware about the second one.
I'm passing one array in chart sector. Just please copy this array to your array. So you have to find out a pair of numbers, the first pair of numbers whose sum is zero.
Whose sum is 0. Okay. First pair.
And please comment out the previous code. It is throwing some error. Okay. So what is the complexity of this function?
I think the PGO of this function is an REST for because we use nested for.
Yes, the complexity PGO of this function is quadratic, right?
Yes.
And this is the worst scenario.
Yes.
So do we have any other way to write same function with less complexity?
Yeah.
Do you know binary search?
Yes, sir. I know. I heard about. We can do it by using also while loop.
Okay, please try. Okay, that's okay. I got it. You can write this. And this is the example of binary search.
Okay.
Because we are taking two values at a time.
Yes.
Yes. So, very good. Very good. Can you write a function to make a API call by using a async level? Just use JSON placeholder.
Currently, I'm not able to recall that. How to write?
You can use Fetch API as well. Do you know Fetch API?
Yes.
Yes. you should use page API, but the function should be in async await format. Okay, I think something is missing. Right? You can check it later. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are actually consuming promises. Okay. So work on inverted, right? So what is difference between JIT and AOT?
JIT and AOT. These both are the compiler. JIT stand for just-in-time compiler and AOT stand for ahead-of-time compiler. In just-in-time compiler, the compilation done at runtime and it display the result on a browser. But in ahead-of-time compiler, the compilation happens when we build our Angular application. And just-in-time compiler is faster than the AOT. And the bundle size of AOT is half the bundle size of JIT. And basically JIT is used for the production purpose, and the AOT is used for the production purpose, and JIT is used for the development purpose.
So JIT is used for development purpose, right? Yes. Why we should use JIT for development purpose? We can use AOT also.
Yes, we can use.
Then why you say that JIT is used for development purpose? Is there any specific reason?
No, not any specific reason, but means it run at runtime.
Okay, that's it. And you also want to mention one thing, that the bundle size of the project will be half if we use AOT. Why?
Means
you can stop screen share.
okay.
Basically, there is no, we cannot say that AOT reduce bundle size by 50%. It changes drastically the bundle size of your project. JIT install the compiler in your browser, and okay. AOT compile code, and then that code is downloaded in your browser. It does not install the compiler. That's why the bundle size of the project is get reduced.
Okay.
So this AOT is introduced in which version of Angular? Do you have any idea?
I think so. 10.
Angular 9.
Angular 9.
So there are a lot of frameworks available, right, which are more famous or used by developers like React. Then why you choose Angular?
Yes, sir. In my current organization, at the time I'm a UI developer, and my team lead, my manager, and some colleagues are working on Angular project, and I'm eager to learn that things, means that logical things and what happened actually in Angular. So I basically learned from them, and I created interest in Angular field. So I choose the Angular then.
Okay, okay. So you just learn Angular and you got into it, right?
Yes.
But it may be possible that React is more superior than Angular. Right?
Yeah, but I know about that Angular, so I currently switch in that.
Okay. Yes. What is meant by single page application?
Single page application means in Angular, the is the component particularly destroy or generated, not it moving to another link or that like that. It is just only generating in only single page by destroying or generating the component, initiating the component.
So you want to say that we have only one HTML file, and the view is get generated and destroyed. The UI is generated and destroyed. Right? And okay. So what are annotations in Angular?
Annotations in Angular means just for like for the giving the behavior of directives we use at the sorry, behaving the behavior like a service, so we use at the injectable. That at the injectable is called as annotation of that service. For decorator we use at the decorator.
So that's what is difference between pure and impure pipe?
Just pure pipe only detect the changes happen in value and argument, but impure pipe detects all the changes. Uh, uh, it doesn't matter the value or argument or changes in impure pipe. For giving the pipe as a impure, we write the pure value in that pipe decorator as a false.
Okay, suppose we have a impure pipe, we can convert it into pure pipe.
Yes.
By using metadata, right? In a decorator.
Yes.
And what is change detection strategy?
Basically, change detection strategy means it detect the changes in our Angular application and uh, uh, checking for the updation in our Angular application. But there is a one drawback of this change detection, means only in single component there is change happen, but that change detection will check throughout all the components for the updation, and it slower down our application.
So what will the solution for this scenario?
For this we can use one life cycle hook like do check.
What is difference between constructor and ng unit?
Constructor and engineering. Basically, purpose of construction is to inject the external means inject the services or whatever we want to inject need in our component. But NGO on init is initialized where our component and directives get initialized.
What is asynchronous pipe?
Basically, async pipe, the syntax for that async pipe we write in string interpolation as a expression, and we write an async, and that expression must return an observable. The async pipe is subscribe that observable and emit the latest value. If any changes happen in that, it emits that value. And the one basic benefit of that async pipe is it prevents the memory leak. Means the component get destroyed. That async pipe is by default unsubscribe that observable. There is no need to do manually unsubscribe or
What is the difference between observable and promises?
Okay. Promises are eager and observables are lazy. Whenever we call the promises, it will get executed directly. But in case of observable, it will not, whenever we create an observable, it will not execute it. Instead of, we have to subscribe that observable. And promises are not cancelable, but observable can cancelable by using unsubscribe method. We can stop the execution of that observable. And promises did not give us to any operators. Just like observable gives some pipeable operators to manipulating the data before subscription, just like filter, map, reduce. That is given by RHS.
What is dependency injection?
Dependency injection is one of the fundamental concepts in Angular, where the external dependencies can injected whenever we need in our component.
What is the difference between observable and subject?
Observable and subject, okay. Basically, observable is subscribed and emitting data one by one. But in case of subject, it works. Subject is special type of observable. Means it works like an observable also and observer also. And it multicast the data. Means at the same time, it emits the data to all the subscriber.
What is multicasting?
Multicasting means just like a broadcasting, sending the data at the same time to all the subscriber.
Oh. I'm passing one array to you. You have to create a LI in your Angular application. And then you have to create one input field. Okay. And create one custom pipe, filter pipe.
Okay.
Please share your screen.
Yes, sir. So I have to display that array in UI.
Yes, yes. You can use ULLI to display those skill set. And when you type anything in your input field,
Okay.
the skills containing that word only should be displayed on UI. Okay. And for that, you have to create a custom file, which is called filter file. This array should be used in component, right? You have to use this array and create ULLI by using ng form. Okay.
Okay. So I have to create a custom pipe for that input field.
So you have to create a one input field above this UL, right? And when you start typing, it should filter out the LIs.
Means only that
that LI, that cell which contains the value of input.
Okay.
Okay, you go to the browser. Save your HTML file. Okay. Suppose you type here yes, right? If you press type yes, the CSS contain yes, JavaScript contain yes, TypeScript contain yes. So only these LI should be visible on UI, and HTML and Angular should be hidden. And this functionality should be done by using pipe. Have you created custom pipe your application?
Just like created means just like for the length, yes, to reducing the length of particular string. Like that.
So, but that things can be done in CSS as well. So why you should create pipe? Okay, that's all. So which UI library have you used in your Angular application?
UI library.
Yes, there are a lot of UI libraries like Angular Material, Prisma, IJS.
Yes, I work little in Angular Material.
Okay, Angular Material. So have you worked on material table, data tables?
Yes, I worked on that.
Okay, and have you implemented server-side rendering?
No, I'm not that, but I just having knowledge about.
What is server-side rendering?
Server-side rendering basically means.
Sorry, server-side pagination. I meant to say that server-side pagination.
Server-side pagination means I know about the theoretically in that. In server-side pagination means whenever the API call gets load, having that lot of data, but on particular page we have to define particular data, and from next in next page we have to define another next data. In server-side rendering, what happen if the that scroll comes to particular point, then API call get automatically call the API. Then another page is render.
Okay. I'm asking server-side pagination. So I don't think we use scroll event in server-side pagination. You are telling me about infinite scroll.
I will study sir after interview.
Okay. So Angular by default uses client-side rendering, correct?
Yes.
Can we convert this client-side rendering into server-side rendering for Angular application?
Yes, sir, we can. There is a one concept like Angular Universal.
Yes. What is lazy loading?
Lazy loading means the loading the module on the client demand, on the user's demand. Means basically by default the app module is get loaded whenever we have built our application. So in the lazy loading, we create a separate module for the separate component. And whenever that need, we render that in our application.
In how many ways we can transfer data in between template and TS?
Template to TS.
Yes, template and TS.
Template and TS. There are two ways. Means we can do two-way data binding as well as one-way data binding. In one-way data binding, there are three ways. Means for transferring data from template to TS, we use event binding. And from transferring data from TS to template, we use string interpolation and property binding. And for two-way data binding, we use ng model. That is also called as banana in the box.
Okay. And how to implement this ng model?
We can implement ng model. First, we have to import the forms module in app module, and then declare one variable in TypeScript file and assign that variable to ng model.
Oh, very good. What are router links?
Router links means used for the for the navigation purpose.
Router link is a directory, right? And it is used to. What is HTTP interceptor?
HTTP interceptor is a concept where used for the connecting front end and back end. And Angular interceptor means it intercepts the input and output in HTTP by using HTTP client, and also handles HTTP request as well as HTTP response.
Okay. How to communicate between two different components?
If that component having the relationship as a parent and child, then we use input and output decorator. And second way is we can make communication between two components by using services. And third one is by using subject.
Okay. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the router hooks we have in Angular?
Router hooks. We have router hooks like can activate, can deactivate, can activate child, resolve and reload and resolve and can load.
Okay, very good. Suppose you make a API in Angular and you got a response as a HTML, right? Generally, we got a response in JSON format, correct?
Yes.
But in this scenario, you got a response in HTML format, and that HTML you have to bind in your template. How will you do that?
That response I have to bind in template.
Yes. Suppose in paragraph, in your template, okay, you have to bind that response in your paragraph.
Instead, we just like in JSON, we do parse or stringify. We can directly use.
Yes, because you are getting data in HTML format.
JSON. Yeah, HTML. But we are getting data in HTML format. We can directly bind. I think so. We can directly bind in our template.
Yes. How can we define that?
So they're not having that much information about that.
Do you know property binding?
Yeah, I know property binding. Yes.
Yes. By using, this is a very simple concept. By using inner HTML, property binding, you can
property binding. Yes.
So, Pornima, I have done from my side. Do you have any question for me?
Still currently not having any question.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
Yes.